What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Maverick Approach. Maverick here, the coincidence specialist. And of course, we have Devon True.
The outcome specialist.
And you seen this guy before.
It's your boy, Big Homie .cc. We back at it with the good guys.
Yes, sir.
Good guys.
Yes, sir. How you feeling?
Feeling good, brother. Feeling good. Good seeing y'all again.
Yeah. We working.
Triangle offense. Back in effect.
Triangle
Yes,
offense.
sir.
Man.
We got things to talk about.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Happy New Year to
First one of the
everybody.
year.
Y'all get any festivities last night?
Nah, we chilling.
Laying low?
We kept it low.
That was my plan too. I ended up being outside moving and shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
Had a good evening.
Yeah. And I think we saw every year, I'll jump right out the gate because every year we were just talking about it.
Yep.
New Year's, something always happens.
Every time.
So that's why we were like, you know what? We cool. We gonna chill.
Yup.
Now, nothing really major happened in America from what I saw, but
It went down.
it went down in Switzerland and Amsterdam. Did you see that?
I seen these things. Only thing I seen happen in America, it was a mass shooting at a Dallas nightclub. Surprise.
Oh, damn.
And
I missed that. I didn't
Big
hear
X
about
the
that.
plug, his right-hand man got shot in the head inside the club.
Oh, for real? Damn.
Damn.
So, we all know New Year's is amateur hour anyway. So,
Yeah.
y'all made the right call staying in, man.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
we've been doing this shit a long time, man.
sure, bro.
We know.
For sure.
We know. It's all, it's a lot of
You
nonsense.
know listen, when you got the outcome specialist and the coincidence specialist,
Come on.
y'all don't miss a thing. You feel
Yeah.
me? So, y'all pretty much know what's going to be the outcome for certain things.
Exactly.
100%.
So what happened in Switzerland, so there was a ski resort that went up in flames. And the fact that it was very strange only because this ski resort, it was in Crans, Montana in Switzerland. It's this, very prominent ski resort.
Right.
A lot of billionaires, elites go there, the who's who is there, right?
Yep.
Now, they're still investigating how this fire started, but in the fire, 40 people died.
Over 100 people, I think, got burned.
They got injured.
3rd-degree burns.
That just sound weird. A ski resort
Yeah.
on fire. Like,
Yeah.
They're saying it was the bottle girls. Like, they put one of them on their shoulder or some shit. And
Sparklers?
one of the sparklers went off.
they was promoting fireworks in the club before that, they said.
Yeah.
Really?
They had flyers promoting like a fireworks battle in the club.
In the club?
Yes, bro.
Why would they do that? Because they said it's like super narrow.
It was like a basement.
It was
Yeah.
like a basement. It was
Yeah.
one way in, one way out.
A lot of
That's right.
kids too. It was like 16 to like 18-year-old. It was like a kid club type
Right.
shit.
So
yeah.
18 and up?
I think so. Yeah.
Younger. They were younger. They say it was like
What's the- I don't
16
know
year olds.
the ages.
Legal drinking age of 16.
16.
Right.
Yeah, it was 16. Yeah.
So the fact that this place was majority built out of wood, that's not a good idea either.
Right.
Seemed like a ritual to me.
Okay. Let's break it down.
Break it down, bro. Like it's just that why on New Year's do we see all of these calamities happening consistently?
Yeah.
And then, that's a prominent place right there. And then that's like an ominous location. You don't really hear about many mass fires.
Right.
And then we need to find out who was there, who owns this place, and what type of events they host there.
No, facts.
Yeah.
That's what we got to look into.
Facts.
For sure. We're going to have more stuff come out because it's just happened, but
It's fresh.
it's fresh. But also in Amsterdam, so there was a church, a very historic church. It's about 154 years old church named Vanderkilk. Sorry.
Vanderkilk, okay.
And this old church is a very historic place in the Dutch community and whatnot. And they were saying that this place went up in flames, but they're saying that it may be some radical group going around causing these fires.
Of course. They're going with that.
They're going with that. So,
Okay.
so peep this. So think about this. So we have two places that's majority white, for one.
True.
Then two, they're only 2 hours from each incident. So one happened right after midnight. 2 hours later, this happens.
Right. So are they trying to say that it's Islamic something?
They're not saying who it is yet. So they're saying it may be some type of terrorist group because there was other fires going on in Belgium as well.
Right.
But they're saying that it could be fireworks, but it could be something else.
So the club thing kind of okay, like I can see how that could happen. The club going up in flames because people and
You can see that.
I can see that. New Year's, people drunk, people acting unusual. But like the church, what's
With
that about?
Old world architecture,
Right.
like them big concrete buildings.
Right. Well, they burning something down in there is the question.
Well, I don't know, but you got to think about who it was affected, right? So you have the Dutch and you have the Swiss.
All right.
So I was thinking, okay, are they trying to induce some type of civil war? Only because, think about this, besides the Portuguese, who was very prevalent in the slave trade, the Dutch.
Dutch.
They they started it.
So yeah, besides Portuguese was first, and then it was the Dutch. They were like they took it to the next level.
Yeah.
But then I think about Swiss, right? Switzerland. Now they weren't involved in the slave trade directly,
Right.
but they bankrolled it. A lot of the merchants and a lot of the Swiss bankers bankrolled the Portuguese and the Dutch when it comes to the slave trade.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What group is responsible for stopping the slave trade?
What group is responsible
For stopping the slave trade?
I would say maybe, back then, probably the Africans. Because, they were selling their own at one point.
For sure. So because I seen Elon Musk say that slavery was normal across the world until white people ended it. Is that facts? You think that's facts?
Until they ended it. That could be a double-edged sword kind of statement only because he's Dutch and he's part of, the Afrikaans community. So in South Africa.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And he's really jaded by how white people are getting treated right now in South Africa. And he always speaks about how it's a very violent place. And he said he was beaten almost to death a couple times while living in South Africa.
To be fair though, when you think about South Africa, because we've been to South Africa, and like when you go down there and you go see like you driving on the highway and you see their billboards, you don't see Africans on the billboards. You see white people.
Yeah.
So to the Africans, the indigenous, it's kind of fair for them to be like, well,
yeah, what's going on?
What's going on? This is our homeland. Like, why are we? They've been getting pushed around over there for a while. So,
and I'm gonna say this, man. This might be controversial.
Break it down.
But I like living around white people. Like
facts.
Like real facts, bro. I had some harrowing experiences being overseas for them last 7 months.
Break it down.
And when I got back to the States, boy, I was happy to see white people,
Man.
bro. Because look, bro, like this might sound crazy, but white people provide human resources and customer service hotlines and stuff like
For
that.
sure.
Bro, imagine your bank don't answer the phone. And when they do answer the phone, hello, help me help you. We will call you back in 3 hours' time.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's like that?
Yeah, we witnessed that. We witnessed a lot going on.
Well, yeah,
there.
in South Africa, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just infrastructure, but is it to their own fault or is it because of the standards of what they're living in and how, the resources got stripped away?
It is, but at what point do we take control though?
Yeah.
Like, like them, or like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when
Great
you
question.
take control of your
When do they start to, build and
because
start
look at us, right? Like, okay, we're talking about like just black Americans. Like if you think about it, we got stripped of everything.
Yeah.
And
But we're resilient. Though.
Yeah.
We
see?
so resilient, bro. Like, all right. Finish your thought because
No, that's it. That's all I was gonna say. Take it from here.
Because I was waiting till I got next to y'all to bring up some of these topics.
For sure.
And I just want to see how y'all would respond in these situations. Here go the first situation. Everybody just seeing what happened with Anthony Joshua in Nigeria. Rest in peace to his friends.
Yeah.
Hope everyone makes a speedy recovery.
Mm-hmm.
But when y'all seen them pulling him out of the wrecked vehicle, no ambulance, no medical personnel.
Phones out.
Bro, the only time that I really felt like my life was truly in danger when I was over there was driving in traffic. I seen at least 30 deaths.
Damn.
Just in traffic accidents. Bro, I was traveling to Naivasha because pardon me. People said Khalees wanted to meet with me and show me some land or something like that.
Khalees the singer.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, she's in Kenya, right?
Really? She's in Kenya. In Naivasha, when I seen the hippopotamus on the side of the road, that's Naivasha. Now, on the way to Naivasha, bro, it's a long drive. And it's a highway, and the highway goes up in the mountainous areas and just all these type of movements.
Yeah.
And the dude driving the van, bro, he doing at least 110 in this Chinese-made van, suspension terrible. And I'm telling the people with us, I say, hey, bro, tell him to slow down.
Bro,
yeah.
I did the same thing in Thailand. Every time I got on one of their little bikes or the
yeah.
I literally do Google Translate. I say it in Thai. I'm like, please slow down, please.
Bro.
I tell them, look, I got a fear of. I tell them any and everything I can.
Whatever you need for me to slow down.
Sometimes they don't listen.
Bro, okay. I'm glad you said that. Okay. So it's me, the guide, the driver, and the assistant. So it's a girl and a guy in the two front seats, and it's a guy sitting in front of me. So I'm like, well, the dude is not listening. He's not slowing down. There are no rules to the road. So somebody could be in your lane driving towards you.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. So I'm looking like, I say, stop right here. I get out and I get all the way in the back of the van. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, well, I see what's about to happen. Y'all gonna die in here. I'm not. So I get in the back of the van because I'm like, okay, because if we have a collision, I need to be farthest from the collision as possible.
For sure.
And they looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So then the man pull out a black can. It say FAXE on it. So I'm like, man, is that an energy drink or something?
Yeah.
But I look at the bottom, it say 8.0%. The man drinking a beer.
Come on.
Drinking and driving is wild.
So I'm looking like,
And they be like that overseas.
Yeah.
bro, so I'm looking like, So how old are you, man? He's I'm 18 years old today. I'm like, what? I'm like, all right, okay, bet. So that's when I had to hire a professional driver.
Facts.
Because, they got these groups called boda drivers, where everybody ride the little motorcycles. You can catch a ride on one like on Uber.
Yep.
But nobody have on a helmet.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Thailand the same way.
You feel me? I seen so many people with injuries on their face. I say, how'd that happen? Boda. I'm like, damn.
Yep.
Well, a question for me though is, what was Anthony Joshua doing in Nigeria in the first place?
So he's from Nigeria.
Okay.
And him and his team do a lot of charity, humanitarian work there.
Okay.
They always there all the time. You know what I'm saying? He got it tattooed on his body and stuff like that. He into his African heritage. You know what I'm saying? Because his family came from Nigeria to London.
Got you.
So he had just made all that money. They building properties and stuff out there and facilities. So they was just going back there. That's something they always do.
Got you.
So, before I got there, though, I had several people tell me, like, look, don't let Africa happen to you.
What you mean?
That's what they said to me. And once I got there, I figured it out. So then I see on Twitter, oh, Nigeria happened to Anthony Joshua. And I know what that means because, y'all seen the dude in Ghana who built the ark. He said on December 25th, God told him.
Yep.
And then 5,000 people showed up to his land.
Right.
Yep.
Like, bro, I love my people, but the average IQ in sub-Saharan Africa is 70 or like 69.
Damn.
Pause.
Crazy.
That's like developmental disorders type.
Yeah. And didn't he buy like a Mercedes after that?
He bought a Benz.
Oh,
and then he went then he in the club.
He in the club too?
He in the club, hosting the club. He said, God told me, he said, I didn't say what year.
Oh, come on.
Like, bro, you can't pull that on Black Americans, bro.
Nah.
Yeah, it's not.
You can't do that shit. We too skeptical.
Like being over there, bro, like I really feel like there was an ancient civilization that terraformed the planet, and those people are the remnants. Like it's almost like the working class is still there, but the elites is gone or something like that.
Yeah. I can see that. And just it's like night and day when it comes to how we're making the comparison of Black Americans and then Africans over there. It's completely night and day.
And that's no disrespect to our Africans.
It's no disrespect to nobody.
No, it's just different.
Because it's a lot of smart. I know a lot of smart Africans.
Yeah.
But it's just that's a good observation.
Because the people that I got along with the best, they grew up on hip hop.
Right.
You know, they saying phoneme and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And they knew exactly what we was talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I seen how the subcultures and how the internet plays a role. So over there, the way it's set up is all of the brilliant minds, they stand in all of the private areas.
Right.
They don't even really mingle.
Right.
And then, bro, tribalism is the problem in Africa.
That's it. That's the poison.
Because there's 47 different tribes in Kenya alone.
Damn.
All warrior tribes.
That's the thing. So you have all these different countries.
And they racist to each other.
Yeah.
If the Kalenjins see this one group, every time they it's going down every time.
Yeah.
I say, why everybody talking so loud? The Kikuyus and the Kalenjins apparently don't get along. Everybody black though.
Stupid.
That's what I don't get, and that's the part of history that people don't talk about. The tribalism.
Talk about that, bro.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about that. That's getting too close to the truth once you start getting on that tribalism.
Certain tribes were dealing with the Portuguese and the Dutch
for sure.
So I mean, and then going back to the point of in Switzerland, they didn't participate directly in the slave trade, but again, they have the banking standard there. So in Basel, Switzerland, they have Basel I, Basel II, Basel III, which is the banking standard for international banks, right? So they're bankrolling all this stuff. So when they deal with the Portuguese and the Dutch, they're merchants, right? So they're dealing hey, if you need boats, ships, we're funding all that. So again, it's infrastructure. So when you have people like that go to Africa, make deals, they're bankrolling all this stuff, and the Dutch as well.
Now look, I'm glad you said that. Remember when we was down in Texas at that mansion?
Yeah.
And the power went out?
Yeah.
Now look, I had a portable battery. Like we had little things to hold us off. But after about 2 hours, we looking like, all right, now we got to go to the gym, Starbucks, do something. Like, hold on now. I remember seeing Matt like, man, we sitting ducks right now. Like, what's going on? So I'm thinking to myself, like, well, I'm just going to lay here and keep drinking until they say they're ready to go.
Right.
But in Africa, imagine that happening every day. 6-7 hours at a time, bro.
Just complete blackout.
Bro, blackout. And then the president come on there and say, they have to do load shedding. So they have to cut off power in one area to cut on power in another area. And they do this all throughout the day. But it's a place called Tattoo City, which is Dutch owned, got their own power grid.
There you go. See what I mean?
So it's kind of like, I was waiting till I seen y'all to talk about this.
Right.
Because now I'm thinking to myself like, can we buy our own city here in America?
There's cities for sale in America.
For sure. For sure.
There's actually a group of black investors who bought something, I believe it's in Georgia, that they're starting to buy up.
Seen that.
Yeah. They're starting to buy up these small cities and whatnot. And we could easily do that because, the black American spending power is over $1 trillion.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Top of the top.
Okay. That's fire. Because, I got my colony land initiative. And I really wanted to do it. I wanted to do it in Kenya. Like I got the land and stuff like that. But think about bringing a bunch of victims of trafficking.
That's what I was going to say.
To Kenya.
Right.
Y'all know how needy people are, right?
For sure.
But bro, like, how do I explain this part? All right. If you make a mistake in traffic, a group might set your car on fire.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So
let's
make a mistake like a wrong turn, or
If you make a wrong turn, knock a guy off his motorcycle who's already driving ridiculous,
right.
the other guy is gonna come set your car on fire because they gangs.
So there's just no rhyme or reason out there.
It's okay. The boda drivers, I seen this on the gas. I seen this. I met my homie. I know him when he used to work at Sony Music. Okay, I ain't gonna say his name. Okay. I know him from when he used to work at Sony, and I would be working for certain artists, and we would see each other in traffic. We ended up being cool. I haven't seen him in about 10 years. But he seen my interview I did with Lynn and Googie out there. He invited me to his crib. Now he stayed on the penthouse floor in a real, Dubai investors. They built a real dope luxury building. The store they got in the building, all American items, restaurant. It's a luxury condo building.
This in Kenya.
Okay. Now this is fire. So when I saw it, I said, oh, okay.
This is how we supposed to be living over
I said,
here.
okay. So they got this over here.
Right.
Now, as we standing on his rooftop, you can look down and you see a lot of commotion going on. You see the boda drivers putting hands and feet on another dude. And then they running their bikes over the man's body, killed them in the street.
Damn.
Wait, so they just killing shit just like it's another day.
It's like GTA over there.
So look, this dude
like
he was a boda driver as well. He stole a tourist camera.
Okay.
But they patrol these areas. They don't want you committing no crimes in their area. That's where they get their money at.
Right.
So what they do is they got something called mob justice. They like to make an public example to deter people from doing similar acts. I got footage on my phone where
public lashings, basically.
Bro, this dude stole a phone. They caught him, beat him, and then set him on fire.
Damn, for stealing a phone. It's crazy.
Wait, for stealing the phone.
For stealing a phone. And they doing this to their own kind. You see what I'm saying?
Ruthless.
So I'm looking like, I see why all of the Black Americans living in these big condo buildings. Yeah. They basically in their own little world.
Yeah, right. It's just wild.
And I'm peeping all of this. And the whole time, bro, no white police. Everybody who's running stuff is black people. So my driver, I guess he did something in traffic. The cops tell him to pull over. He said, you know what you just did? It's going to cost you $500. So, So my driver, he's like, Biggie, I'm going to act like I'm sitting at 500. I need you to act sick and I'm going to speed away. I'm looking like, wait.
Some vigilante shit going on, man.
So I'm looking like, bro, I'm like, Mike, it's a good idea. Oh, it happens all the time. Their car has no gas. They cannot chase. I'm like, damn. I'm like, bro. And then, when you consider like a gangster in America, an actual one, like not this like street thug crash out shit, like your name kind of get held with reverence sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Over there, a gangster is just a crash out. Like they make homemade guns, bro, that you can only shoot one time, and it damn near set your hand on fire.
The golden gun type shit.
But they make it homemade, bro. You feel me? And you got to get close up. So like. They robbed somebody for 10,000 shillings.
What's that in US? So how much
like
is that?
$70.
Damn.
And I couldn't imagine. And he shot the man in the face, killed him over that.
For $70.
For $70.
Out of control.
And then he posted on there, on Facebook, FDCI, that's their police force. DCI comments. He said, your days are numbered. So over there,
wait, so they hold on.
So they get
the police.
Like
that's
that?
the police.
That's the police.
They comment back.
Day. So they rules is this: it ain't no investigation. Once the community posts you on that group, The police come and
it's
kill
finna get
you.
wild.
They finna come when they see you, they gonna try to kill you.
That's crazy.
You
Yeah,
can
that's
put
crazy,
bounties on people.
So again, there's just no infrastructure. But do you feel like that's good though? Like to where the community holds thieves and criminals accountable themselves?
Is there a con to that? Or I'm not kind of pro to that.
Here's the con. One situation took place, mistaken identity. They beat and set the wrong person on fire.
See, yeah.
That's where it's fucked up.
That's when you need investigations.
Right.
That's when you need investigations.
Right.
And then another dude who worked for me, it's a one area, like he only stays in Muslim areas. Because he say the Muslims not going to steal from you and they don't just commit mob justice. Because he said when he was a little kid, somebody accused him of doing something and they was getting ready to lynch him pretty much.
Damn.
And he said it terrified him so much that he just avoids certain areas that partake in mob justice. You feel me? And, you know, I was thinking to myself, like, you know, this is interesting, but you should get your proper moment in court.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
you should have a proper legal process because, bro, imagine you dialing that 911 and ain't nobody coming.
Spooky.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Spooky shit right
You
there.
know, and I had, oh my God, y'all know me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I try to keep security very, very, very locked in. Every time you go to a mall, they got metal detectors everywhere. Like in all of the public places, they just got the military with Dracos outside. Because a couple years ago, they had a terrorist attack. Al-Shabaab came in the mall, shooting up the malls. Killed like 1,000 people in a day.
Damn.
So now, I'm like, man, bro, like this is not how you stop this though. Because the security outside of the military, like they don't have guns though.
Let me ask you this: how do you think? How you think it's gonna? You think it's ever gonna change there? Like, do you think? Like, can you? Because like, at the end of the day, it really starts with the people.
It does start with the people.
Like, are the people? Are they ready for something like that? Let's keep it all the way real.
I wanted to have this conversation, bro, because you know, I'll be seeing a lot of chatter online. You know, certain groups feel superior to other groups. You know, Ruto, the president of Kenya, says by 2050, he plans for Kenya to be the Singapore of Africa.
Okay.
And, you know, he says, you know, right now we're a third world country. But the people there, so we're not third world. But me being there, like when you go to the sink and you not getting no hot water,
That's third world.
that's third world, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you drink the water, you getting typhoid.
Yeah, the water got to be clean. Like,
Right.
because even in Thailand, like now they have it to where they're starting to get there.
Thailand's not third world no more.
But yeah, but Thailand's not third world
It's
anymore.
not third world no more.
They, if you look it up now, it's actually considered, you know, almost first world.
Almost. It's just
So,
about there.
Yeah, it's
for
just
sure.
about there because a lot of foreigners have been moving there over the years.
Yeah.
A lot of infrastructure right
Yeah.
now. Like a huge crypto scene is over there to where they have
Facts.
zero capital gains tax over there. So a lot of millionaires, crypto millionaires, are flocking over there. So they're building the infrastructure there to where it's, you know, beginning to be like second, almost first world.
Okay. I feel like in time they'll be ready because they got an app called M-Pesa. On this M-Pesa app, everything that you do financially is on one app. People don't carry cash. Like when you log into this shit, it's got all of the financial services and it's integrated with PayPal. You can invest in the stock market.
One-stop shop.
One big super app.
Got you.
I noticed that about a lot of countries though, because
Yeah.
like Africa, China,
Yep.
they have super
China has
apps.
WeChat.
Yeah, they have
WeChat is like
Everything.
nigga, everything's on there.
They got
See.
everything. You can pay your rent. You can invest in the stock market. You can order some food.
Yeah.
You can do pretty much everything through that app. And then Africa too, it's called leapfrogging in technology. So they go from where we were in like say the 90s when
Yeah.
it comes to technology. They never got to the desktops and everything else. They went straight
to mobile devices.
straight to mobile to devices. So that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
So in some aspect, they're leading the charge in somewhat, you know, because they've been using mobile phones since like the 2000s.
For sure.
So we just now got on that not too long ago.
Right.
So I feel like this. I feel like we have an opportunity because eventually that app and their infrastructure is perfectly set up for everybody to be using some form of digital currency, crypto. And like they tokenizing a lot of stuff over there when it comes to property.
Oh yeah.
Things like that. I feel like what they need is like factories to provide jobs. Because bro, Nigeria, 92 million people have no access to electricity.
Damn.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
You know, you got whole neighborhoods that's got the dirt floor in the house.
This is why though, so with blockchain and crypto, so it's to bank the unbanked. And that's one of the major places is Africa to where they're investing heavily into that.
Right.
Yeah, like you see a lot of like when you out there, you will see something like that. Who built this?
Yeah.
And then you see who going in and out. I'm like, okay, so this is where a lot of people is dumping money. Now peep this. We just seen all of this Somali fraud going on in Minnesota.
Oh shit.
Man.
Where did they launder all the money to?
Let's get into
They
it.
laundered all the money into Kenya and bought a lot of land.
Let's talk about it.
Because, bro, if you want to ship something into Kenya without getting taxed, you got to go through the Somalians.
Right.
All the weed come through the Somalians.
Do you think somebody's on the inside here, like when it comes to like the FBI
I do, absolutely.
or Homeland Security? Somebody has to be overseeing this because they got millions.
There's a ring, and it's a worldwide ring that's happening.
Definitely worldwide, Dale.
For sure.
And Elon Musk shut down Doge because he said if he uncovers more fraud, they'll kill him.
Well, I believe that.
So you know there is a little group. That lady, the Somali politician, she went from $1,000 net worth to $30 million, man.
How?
Married her brother.
And get this though. Think about this. So whose watch is that happening under? Tim Walz. Okay.
Okay.
Scumbag.
Who was the running mate of Kamala Harris?
Tim Walz.
How did Kamala Harris raise $1 billion in 90 days?
Yeah, China owns all of them. That's why Trump is like, I'm finna get every last one of y'all out of here. And he is about to try to get some of them locked up because he haven't forgot how they did him. His face in that mugshot, he still walk around with that same look on his face. Like he ain't done.
Yeah.
Because, well, he
got that picture in the White House.
That's at the White House on the gas. You know it is. So, you know, when I look at the whole, this shit is a stage, bro.
For sure.
This is a stage, and they done rigged the game. Hey, another thing, if Giannis Antetokounmpo was 6'2", he would be driving trucks. Did y'all, this is on a side note, but the referees is rigging the game, man.
I saw that. You posted that.
Bro, did you see
He
how
took like 10 steps.
But you was a hooper before, bro.
Yeah.
If
For
you
sure.
take 10 steps without dribbling,
Come on.
Okay, so hold on. So gather step, right? So you pick up the ball. That's a gather step. So he dribbles, takes a gather step, takes 3 to 4 more steps.
and then did a hezzy.
Yeah.
Then did a hezzy.
And
Yeah,
then
I
go
can't-
to the
I
cup
can't.
like, what?
Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah. That's
Because-
what we were saying. Like, yo, we had that talk with John Stockton, and we asked him because we're gonna keep it all the way a beam.
Keep it all. I watched that interview.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it a beam. Is the NBA rigged? And his answer,
He was like, well, I didn't see it because you got to go both ways, which was a great answer. He was like,
Right.
if we did get cheated, then maybe some games it went in our favor.
For sure.
Right.
So you have to look at it both sides. I'm like,
Right.
that's a great point. Now, he was like, did I see anything? No, but you just have to look at the evidence. There were some people who got caught.
Facts.
Tim Donahue,
Bro, and then we just seen Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups.
We just seen this last little what they got with the mafia and
Right.
James Harden and all of these people getting involved.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's kind of like, you kind of know, but you don't know. At this point, we got to question everything.
Wait, hold on. So that's a great point. So Antetokounmpo. So okay, he's from Greece, but he has ties to Africa.
Yup,
But
yup.
Sure.
do you think that it's going as far as people are rigging the games and it's a global ring. Because think about it, they could have some type of investments because you have Polymarket now. Right? You have Polymarket. It's a predictive platform to where is Antetokounmpo going to take, 5 steps?
All right,
3 steps?
Yeah.
You can bet on that now.
Yeah.
This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
There was even, remember back, this was probably about 3 to 6 months ago, they were betting on Polymarket. Big pause.
Okay, I see you locked in.
Predictive pause.
Preemptive pause.
Let's go.
They were throwing dildos. Remember that? On the court.
Wow.
And they were betting on the colors.
That's
For the
crazy.
WNBA.
On the gas, they was doing that.
Somebody was getting rich because you could go to a game and place a bet and throw it yourself.
So look, funny story. I went to a pro football game one time, and this dude I was with, he said, "Look, man, I'm gonna place a bet that it's gonna be a streaker this game, and I'm gonna run out there."
See?
And I said, But they tackled him and stacked. They put hands and feet on him for hours. He wasn't even fast enough. He big like me. I don't know why he tried that.
Yeah.
They chased him down so fast. But my homie in here right now, Ray Honcho, he played overseas in Poland. So I want to ask you, have you ever been at a game overseas and you feel like it was rigged? Okay.
See?
He said, yeah.
So that's the answer right there. Because look, whenever you see a coach taking out the person with the hot hand,
Exactly.
That's weird.
That's weird.
It's weird.
I know they rigged football. I played football.
Oh, yeah.
Football.
I know they rigged that.
Yeah. And I think that it's getting worse because fraud across the board is getting worse with the sports betting. Not only that, though, but if you look at what's happening currently with the Somali daycares and all that stuff,
Yep.
everybody's turning a blind eye and everybody's just trying to get rich.
Guess what? When California,
It's up.
when they unveil California,
It's
y'all
10
gonna
times
see
worse.
what that home health game was like.
It's 10 times
Y'all don't
worse.
understand what's about to happen. This
So-
shit is about to flip.
Trump already said he's looking
about
into
to flip.
California.
Yeah.
He's looking into Ohio. They said Ohio's worse.
Yeah.
Also, he's looking into Washington. There's over 500 daycares in Washington that doesn't even have a physical address.
Crazy, bro.
Ridiculous. Bro.
Okay?
Like,
This is wild. So the fact that all this is going down, you know what everybody's saying?
Oh, my
Marjorie
God.
Taylor Greene said, yo, revolt on taxes. We ain't paying taxes. And then everybody starts saying, we ain't paying taxes.
what do you think this is? Like, I think that Trump, is doing this on purpose.
2 things can be true.
Obviously, I feel like because the first thing he said was we need to get rid of the IRS. As soon as he came,
He did.
he said we need to get. How do
He
you do
did
that?
say that.
How do you do that?
And
You
I'm
get
paying
social
taxes.
media people to expose this shit,
Right.
and get everybody. You rally them together.
Because Nick Shirley, he did a great job with
Shout out
that
Nick
whole
Shirley.
documentary.
Mark Zuckerberg makes $3 billion a year off fraud
For sure.
Damn.
because Facebook have those scam ads running every day of the year.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
And they confronted Facebook about it. Zuckerberg removed all of the fraud investigators at Facebook and continues that. And Elon Musk was calling them out about this. Like, man, what's going on? You can put a fraudulent scam ad on Facebook with no consequences.
They have
I've
those
seen it.
AI ones where it'll be Elon and it'll be an AI mouth that is saying whatever he wants to say. They clone his voice. Hey, go to this website and click this. And it'll be like a crypto scam or like a
Malware, all kind of
malware or whatever. But that they're running these ads. I seen it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, this is why you see dictators popping up everywhere now. It was 7 coups in Africa last year. All leaders got removed by the military, and they all under dictatorship, and now the country's just flourishing. But this is why you see dictators popping up, because shadow government started taking place, people cutting all these backdoor deals, and everything's getting undercut and people getting robbed. And I feel like the Constitution and all of that is outdated.
For sure.
No doubt,
I feel like our government structure setup is all outdated. we gonna have to change to a different system somehow.
Well, what's happening, and that's what's happening with AI right now. And I feel like I said, when tech took over the government, because Elon's in the Pentagon now.
Yeah.
In the military and all that.
He got to get out the Pentagon.
Elon just did a deal with XAI for them to use his technology for the Department of War.
Right.
So he already has his tech in the Department of War. Now the Pentagon just failed its 8th straight audit.
Failed.
Okay? There's $50 billion missing right now.
Okay? I got a question for you, Maverick. You too, Dale.
Yep.
How can a country be 32 trillion in debt and they print their own money?
38 trillion.
38 trillion.
Damn.
And they print their own money. How?
Well, here's the thing. You know where they fucked up? Because they actually don't print their own money. Who prints it? The Federal Reserve, which is a private entity, which most people don't know. It's a bank owned by other banks.
That is what Maverick just said right now. That's what we need. I need a Maverick approach button right here.
Oh, yeah, we have the button. Do we not have the button? We don't have the button. Do we have it? Oh, okay. Well, we programmed it, but we got it.
Because look,
that's what it is. It's a private entity. So since 1913, that's when everything went down, right? The Revenue Act of 1913, where they ratified the 16th Amendment, making taxes legal. Because before that, it was unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. They said you cannot directly tax us through federal income tax. This is documented, right? Because before that, we ran off of tariffs.
Facts.
And the fact that they used taxes to fund the Civil War, it was temporary. But then the Federal Reserve came along, 1913, all downhill.
Yeah. And there's no need for it anymore. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like now,
Jerome Powell, he's about to be up.
Yeah.
Trump, he about to get him out of there too.
Yeah.
It's like there's no need for property taxes. Like once you buy your house, you should own it. Why you got to pay rent on something you own?
How is it that you own a house, but if you don't pay taxes on it, they can come in and take it?
That's why
don't own shit.
I'm like, man, I'm gonna go to Africa, get me some stuff, cause But then when you over there, it's like
Yeah, it's give and take, right? So you got some
give and take. Going overseas,
you can buy up a bunch of land for cheap, but then you got to deal with the infrastructure problem.
There is none.
Bro, that infrastructure. I had some moments where I was like, if I get mad up in here, nobody's even gonna understand what I'm saying. And then, like, you don't want to be the big black dude cursing people out and shit like that. You try to carry yourself a certain way. But, I had an experience where my housekeeper kept coming into my Airbnb.
Why? For what?
Like, I would leave and come back, and she just in there chilling. There's no woman cooking here for you. I'm like, why are you in here?
She choosing up?
Like, one time I'm asleep, I hear my door open. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, this got to be a dream.
Ain't no way.
You can't possibly. I say, this going to be a free kill? Like, what's going on? And, out there, you can't have no gun. So.
What are the gun laws out there? I mean, it doesn't seem like there's no.
Okay, so this is how this go. You have to get a permit. And the permit is like $4,000 which is crazy.
Yeah.
To apply, and you got to go through these courses to get a gun. And you can only have like handguns. And even still then, like, nobody has guns there. Like, I didn't hear one gunshot unless the police were shooting somebody protesting. And like, even then, bro, like, I got a video on my phone right now. These people having a peaceful protest. The cops just come out shooting people.
With bullets.
Yes. And then 100 guys come out with machetes chasing the police.
I was going to say that. So they have a lot of machetes out there.
Bro, they knife game. Look, they knife game. Look. I say, oh, okay, I see how y'all playing. Because soon as it's a problem, machete out.
Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur style.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking like, damn.
That's what we saw. When we went to South Africa, there was a lot. Like, we went to Soweto.
Oh yeah,
Remember Soweto?
Soweto, yeah. His
Soweto
big old boy's
was
grandma.
different.
Yeah. They got active down there.
So we went there,
And it was at nighttime.
was
We
at
went. We was
nighttime.
like, bro, where you got us at? He's
Yeah.
like, my grandma stay here. You good?
Yeah, you good? No,
I'm like,
not
bro,
good, boy. What the fuck?
I don't know anything.
We pulling
about,
up in Escalades and all kind of crazy shit.
Yeah,
And everybody looking at us.
yeah. And we pulled up, and mind you, our boy, he's well off in South Africa. His dad is like high up in the government and whatnot, and he's doing music, and he wants to, be at the time we were doing music and we were producing them and whatnot, and take us to Soweto, and we pull up. It's for real shanty town. It's like steel huts,
Bro, don't that play with your mind?
for sure.
Bro.
Like when I see that, I'm like, look, I consider myself a trench guy for sure.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes
No,
I
this
say,
different.
like, I'm like, okay, this is a little too deep in
Yeah,
the
this
trenches.
like,
Bro.
yeah,
These
it's no
motherfuckers
level.
fighting for their life right here.
Yeah.
Man. Let me go and get my ass out of here.
And we saw dudes walking down the street just with big ass machetes.
For sure.
I'm like, what is going on? Why they got machetes? He's like, oh yeah, they just patrol up and down, just make sure.
Yeah, they
it's
got
cool.
little militias.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is real life militia.
I was like, this is
Hey,
crazy.
remember how the police pulled us over out there?
Dude, we got extorted.
Yeah, we got extorted.
How'd they stop y'all?
So
Like lights, or how they stopped y'all?
No lights.
Like verbal commands though.
yeah,
Yeah.
verbal
Okay.
commands. Yep.
so they pulled us over, and
Dude we was with was going about 130 though.
he was going crazy.
Bro.
Oh my
I
heart.
don't know what it is.
This is dude
heart.
we knew too. We knew him. I'm
Oh
like,
my
bro,
God.
slow down.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
So
bro.
we he was speeding. I was like, bro, you gotta slow down. But he was trying to show off for the chick and all this
Yeah,
other shit.
yeah.
That's
little
how
chick
Anthony
in the
Joshua
car.
died.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Bro, that man.
Or his friends died.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pope. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, AJ.
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't gonna put that on you.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, bro. I feel like being a black American man, we all go through that phase where we want to drive fast. I feel like we get over that very young, though. If you don't, you feel me? You're not gonna have no license, L suspended, insurance premiums high, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, dude was he was about 21. Dude.
Yeah, he was younger.
So remember they pulled up on the side of us and just held their badge up like pull
Yeah.
over.
And
pull
I was
over.
like, are these real police or
You
like
gotta
what's-
worry about that.
Yeah, I
I'm
was like,
thinking it's like a militia or something. I'm like, what's going on?
So we get pulled over, and then he's showing his badge, gets pulled over. He notices that, we're American, and he's like,
Yeah.
okay, y'all stay in the car. So we
yeah, because I'm like, bro, I'm American. Like, I show him the passport right away, and then he stopped talking to me.
Bro.
Yeah.
And then
I
he-
keep it on me at all
Yep.
times now.
That shit is like a force field.
Bro, this a force field over
sure.
there, boy. They
Yeah.
see that. Oh, you're American.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
then,
yeah.
so then they pull him out the car because he's
He
South
the local.
African.
He
He's
the
a local.
local. Okay.
Pull him out, and he starts talking to him, and then he tries to arrest him and all this other
Yeah.
stuff.
You tell him who his dad was. too.
Tells him who his dad was, right?
Yeah.
So then he calls his pops. Pops pulls up, talks to the cop. Everything's smooth. Slides him a little something. All right, see you later. I was
That's
like,
it.
wait,
And then they pulled us in front of the jail, the prison.
Yeah.
They said, yeah, if he don't come, y'all going. Y'all
Yeah.
going to jail.
yes.
Well, he's going to jail.
Right. And then I was like, what's going on? He was like, I'm gonna call Pops. Pops slides him the bread. All right, cool. Yeah, everything's cool. Everything's cleared out.
Yep.
I'm like,
And then the pops was like almost cool with him. He was shaking. He's like, oh, what's
shaking his
up, man?
hand,
Like,
and I'm like, y'all, this is
I
how
like
y'all get
that's
down.
how y'all do it.
Now look, bro. Now look. Here go another topic, right? Another similar situation that's relevant. Cause like you got niggas and you got black men.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? And bro, we really have a lot more honorable standards and traits than they operating with a lot of times. Like, they make doing snake shit just look like it's a normal thing. And for us, we'd be like, we're outraged.
Yeah.
And I'm just thankful that the ladies love me, because when I got there, like, a lot of ladies hit me up like, look, you got to be careful here, Biggie. This is my dad. This is my uncle. They work for this and that. So I'm calling these guys and they telling me, stay out of the liquor business. Do this, do this. If you have problems with this, call me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, why stay out the liquor business? Because, bro, the cops will come tax you every day.
Damn.
If you selling alcohol, they finna come tax you every day.
Damn.
So, it's like, damn, if the police is extorting you. Oh, I gotta tell y'all this. Shout out my boy Kenyon Gwanji, my dog. Nah. This how powerful the internet is. Like, he a street guy. But he got a 9 to 5. He worked as a cameraman, solid dude. 8 of his homies got killed in one day, right? His gang, 8 of them got murdered in one day by the police.
This in Kenya?
In Kenya.
Okay.
In a neighborhood called Eastlay.
Okay.
Now, his friends was sticking up a nightclub. It's a room probably about this big. It's a bar. They come in, they robbing the place. Police get there and they say, y'all didn't ask for permission or pay us for this.
That's how it is.
They killed all of them execution style. That's right in front of everybody.
Nah, that's different. That's different.
And he telling me this, traumatized. And I'm thinking to myself, that's like me losing Turn Up God, Do God, y'all, fucking in one day.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm seeing stuff like that. I'm looking like, man, my country ain't perfect.
It's not, but it ain't this.
They'll let you get wild, man. You want to go and protest and tear them all up?
Yeah.
They not finna just shoot you in the street for having a peaceful protest. You know what I'm saying? The president said, don't kill him, just shoot him in the leg.
Yeah.
The president,
bro.
Yeah. Thailand, they get active like that too.
But that's the thing. Like, so if you look at different countries, like they all have different protocols, but there seem like their protocols are way more wild than ours. But even though it's a lot of crazy shit happens here, because even like Nepal, they overthrew the government.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Bro. A lot of Gen Z's ain't fucking around, man.
Yeah.
Gen Z's, they tearing shit up. Yeah. But I believe power should remain with the people, for sure. It's just that, you know, they always say violence is never the answer, but sometimes it is. And I feel like it should be used, bro, as the last option. As a bodyguard, you want to prevent that. The violence should be your last tool. You feel me? I feel like as a bodyguard, I should be able to verbally de-escalate any problem, or I should be able to quarterback us moving away from the problem. If the violence come to us, then I'm gonna have to demonstrate, but I don't want to.
All right.
Over there though, boy, they got killers like working in places they shouldn't be working.
Yeah, I mean the police.
Like, you can't be shooting people for protesting, bro.
Yeah,
peacefully unarmed.
That's where a lot of differences, you know, show their true colors between how America is and other places.
God bless America.
Yeah, because I have my quarrels with the government and how shit is structured.
For sure, bro.
But there's still some order here to where
still some order, bro.
We're still able to speak freely to some degree. We wouldn't be able to do this to talk about their politicians or talk about their about their figures. Bro.
I have a perfect example. They had passed a cybercrime bill that allowed the government to monitor everybody's social media posts, delete them when they want, ban you from the internet, all kind of crazy shit.
Damn.
Bro, they went and tore up the parliament building the very next day, and they rescinded the bill. Like what happened on January 6th here, that's a weekly thing out there.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I'm looking like, now that's cool. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
why can't they get? That's what I don't understand. Like they revolting every week, but why aren't they getting ahead?
Let me tell you why, bro. Great question, bro. That tribalistic mindset, bro. Because if a Luo man wins, then he's gonna prioritize the Luo people and not the 47 other groups.
Got you. Makes sense.
And then they operate on family structure. And they have these votes. Oh, this person is now the leader of the Baraka family or the Odinga family. Because, you know, they had a beloved prime minister named Raila Odinga. And when he died, bro, this was the deciding moment for me when I said, okay, I need to be making my way back to the States. This is what happened, bro. The man dies. And when he dies, I look out my window and I see people laid out crying, bro. I don't want to laugh. Hold on. I'm laughing because I seen like 3 and 4-year-old kids crying. I say, he can't possibly know who this 81-year-old man is. But, bro, they got like a hive mind, bro.
Yeah.
Which is
Indoctrination runs deep, huh?
It's intriguing to me because it gave me a feeling I couldn't explain, right? But I was feeling like the hair on my neck standing up, like, I don't know how to explain this because the entire city, every single person, all committed to one thing, and that was mourning Ryla, helping other people mourn and celebrate. Bro, they stormed the airport, took over the entire airport. They on the tarmac. They took the man's body off the plane.
Oh, shit.
Carried the man's body through the city. They take over the expressway. They making the bus drivers, everybody is not getting paid. They making everybody take them to the city center. They doing tribalistic dances and all of these. The entire city was shut down, bro.
So you mean to tell me the only issue is tribalism? If they got rid of the tribalism, then they would rise.
Yeah, because it seems like they have one part of it figured out to where if they want to get some shit done, they can.
Right.
But then the tribalism is stopping them from doing other things.
They're their own worst enemy. I mean,
they're their own worst enemy for sure.
That's what it is.
Because, bro, I swear to God, I'm like, all right, now I'm pretty capable of handling myself. But and then I didn't see no police or military at all at this time.
Damn.
Like they mourning and shit. I'm like, damn. I'm like, if they could just storm the airport and then all flights got canceled. So I'm like, and it was one flight left to go to Mombasa. So I called my driver. He says, we're gonna have to hurry. I say, man, I'll pay you whatever. And he's like, you should take a boda. I say, bro, I can't get on that little motorcycle, bro. Like,
he want you to get on the motorcycle?
No, hell no.
Bro, I say, and then he's like, you are right. You are a very large man. And I'm just thinking like, bro, and just imagine when you woke up today to get to the studio, to get to Jet Set, you riding on the back of a motorcycle with a guy with no helmet. He don't got no helmet.
Yeah, bro.
Ain't no way.
Bro,
Yeah.
It's not happening for sure.
It's a blessing to be an American, man.
It is.
Man.
Now, look, I had the time of my life out there. Shit was exciting. But, it's getting late in the game, bro. Like, I can't keep having these near misses, bro. Like,
yeah. No, that's a fact.
When I see them people storm the airport, bro, like, damn, they storm any building. But when they come together, it's like nothing I ever seen before.
Question, do you think another type of J6 scenario would happen here? Because what we're seeing now, going back to the tax thing, everybody's saying it. Business owners, content creators, we have politicians trying to lead the charge because we're seeing so much fraud. And going to your point, you're saying that this can be induced purposely only because they want to implement a new system. Now, two things can be true. I think that we do have to expose the fraud, but do you think that's going to lead to an actual revolution?
You want to know my honest answer to this?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I never told nobody this, but a few years ago, a very credible source told me, he says, buckle up. I don't want to incriminate this person. He says, buckle up. The military is going to remove Obama, and we may see Mattis as the president. I'm like, what? This chatter was happening. When I seen the Department of Defense become the Department of War, and then I seen Pete Hegseth put in this new warrior code where all the generals got to take a PT test and re-establishing America as a military force and a bully of the world. If things don't go how the right wanted, military is going to suspend the Constitution and they're going to take over.
So we're talking about complete control as far as the military,
and they'll introduce a new system. But if anything happens here,
martial law.
Yeah, like if anything happens here, we're gonna see the military removing the government, and a new system will be put in place. Because all of the signs is leading to that.
Well, another thing too. That's a great point. Only because if you think about it, and we were just talking about this, there's checks and balances in the government, right? You have judicial, you have the executive, you have, Congress. Now, the POTUS seat, his sole job is commander in chief, okay, to be in charge of the military.
That's all the president is.
That's all the president really is.
And we watching him bolster military forces like we never seen. We only had 3 shipyards to build ships. He just signed an order to make it a lot more easier to build ships. He wants to triple the fleet for the Navy. And then we season oil tankers outside of Venezuela. The job they doing.
Hold on? Did you see what he said about the oil he took from Venezuela? He was like, "Mr. President, what are you gonna do with it?" He's like, you know what? I don't know. We'll probably keep it, sell it.
They keeping the ships and everything.
Sell
it is crazy.
So look, the reason this is happening is because you only supposed to be able to buy oil with the petrodollar, which is the U.S. dollar.
Correct.
But certain countries are now taking the Chinese yuan to purchase oil with. If that happens, our dollar deflates and things are going to have a turn. With him keeping China out of Venezuela, taking that oil, that's checkmate. That's checkmate.
Think China going to take Taiwan after that?
That's why we finna take Venezuela because China says by 2030, Taiwan will be united with the Chinese homeland.
I can see it.
President Xi said nothing can stop China from taking Taiwan. Trump told him, I'm going to bomb Beijing if you do that.
Then it's up from there. Because if you think about it, Venezuela, besides Saudi Arabia, who's with us, you have Iraq and Venezuela, who has like the biggest oil reserves.
Right. What about Nigeria? You saw he sent those
shithole.
Yeah.
Bro, I was out there, bro. Like, my Nigerian homies, we y'all gotta have a talk, because y'all is some of the cockiest, most shit talkingest.
Really?
Oh, my country, you Black Americans, boy.
Oh, they talking crazy like that.
Bro, I'm like, bro, what, y'all be trying to speak down on us.
There ain't no way.
Bro, my granny ain't had no dirt flow, boy. Like, bro, I just think it's egregious that with all of these resources and these great minds, that then Nigeria has the average IQ is like 91. And you got 92 million people with no access to clean water and electricity. And they talk about Lagos all the time. That's one place. It's a whole country of people that's suffering every day. And it's like, man, like, they got to have a look in the mirror, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, because they be trying to shit on us, right?
Bro, and I'm like, man, bro.
That's like not even up for debate. Like that's a silly, that's asinine.
We putting that to bed right now.
Yeah,
like that whole narrative is a false narrative. Like when it come to this shit, like us as Black Americans, bro, we the tastemakers for the culture, bro, for the world, bro.
For the world.
That's like, and that's not even up for debate.
And we ain't have no government backing. They got the opportunity to run their own governments. Bro, we getting Juneteenth, PSYOP, COINTELPRO, street. Bro, we got to go through street gangs.
We getting all kind of shit thrown at us for sure.
Bro, they don't even got street gangs like that. And until the internet, when I see them out there trying to gang bang, I say, bro.
Oh, stop.
Bro,
yeah, you got to stop the madness.
It's silly.
I'm like, bro, chill out, bro.
Yeah. Switching gears, though, a little bit. So what just happened with Drake? So he gets hit with a Rico charge.
I heard. And I think it's direct retaliation from Universal.
Bingo, that's what folks said.
Direct retaliation.
Sure. That's what bro said.
Because it's the same thing. They're accusing him of using the stake money to buy bots or streaming for it. But that's what he's accusing Universal for.
Right.
So they just pulled a reverse Uno.
Right. So
reverse Uno, real spill.
That's a fact. Because I made the correlation of a few things. So for one, the whole Rico thing is, like you said, stake. He's big on stake, right? The gambling platform. And him and Aiden Ross is in this Rico case.
Right. They lock all these motherfuckers up, bro. When he put $2 million on Jake Paul to beat AJ, I say, man, that can't be his money.
No, it's not. It can't be because they're giving it to him to gamble.
Right.
And then they gave him that plane.
They did?
They gave him that plane.
Gave him that plane. That's a fact. They gave him that plane. That's true.
Crazy.
That is true.
The charges are, so they're saying that basically it's a conspiracy. They're laundering money. They're using the tipping feature to run up the bots, the streaming, and all this other stuff that they're using, right?
Right.
The biggest artist in the world, bro, is scamming. Like, like this.
Everything's a fucking scam.
Hold on. I've been waiting to ask Maverick this question, and you.
Yeah.
Because both of these brothers, I consider as brothers of mine, man, and I learned a lot from them.
100%.
And they very particular about their food and the things that they drink.
Absolutely.
Very particular. And one of the challenges I was having in Kenya, in Africa, across Africa was, if you order one thing on on Uber Eats, if it's out, they'll just give you whatever they want to give you.
Oh yeah. It's like that in Thailand too.
That's wild.
They just pick up whatever. They just bro. It's like it's like a lottery. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Bro, I ordered a tuna salad. Motherfuckers brought me jollof rice and something called semolina, which is like, I don't even know what it was. I was like, damn, y'all couldn't refund me?
Yeah, nah.
And then, so how can you fix that part of infrastructure? What would be the Devon and the Maverick approach on how to fix the infrastructure there? Like, do you got to put together private equity firm, buy your own town, and just ignore everybody else? Because do you think it's possible to even unite the continent? Because you can't unite the states.
Yeah, I would say, as far as that particular situation, for one, you have to rewire how you think. Your mindset first has to be rewired, because if you're just being, okay, imagine this. You're picking up some food. Your mindset to be like, you know what? That's not available. Let me pick up some other shit. You're not giving a fuck, right? So that's one. So you're not even caring about.
So they have to give a fuck, is what you're saying.
Yes. So
that's like Dev ordering the salmon.
Yeah.
They bringing you pork chops.
He was like, yo, what is this?
That's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work.
Bro,
so you not giving a fuck,
bro,
right?
I'm telling you,
So you not giving a fuck.
I'm turning shit over, bro. You know I'm turning shit over for that, bro. I'm turning tables over for
order
that.
his coffee, they bring him a beer.
Yeah.
Nah, fam, that's not working.
That's how they doing it. That's how they do it.
If they doing that,
Oh my granny, that's how it's going, bro.
They not giving a fuck.
Bro.
They not giving a fuck. And that's the whole mindset. It's about
Yeah.
customer service, but not only that, it's your fellow man. You're not caring. You're just thinking about getting this bread.
Yeah.
And it's a desperate crabs in a barrel type of scenario.
It's a domino effect.
Yeah.
It's a domino effect.
And that trickles over to business and everything else, how you conduct yourself.
Right.
So here we have, protocol. We have a code of conduct, right?
Yes, bro.
There's snakes everywhere, right? So you're going to be doing shit, that people over there are doing this. They're saying over here, they're going to be doing some felonious shit. But at what point does it, you're like, okay, as a society, we got to look at ourselves and be like, we got to conduct ourselves a better way, because we got to look ourselves in the mirror. We got to see, we got to show our kids better.
Yeah.
That's not giving a fuck. Just bringing me some other shit.
bro. That's
crazy.
I thought about y'all in several instances. I said,
Ain't no way.
I said, bro, the guys would have lost their cool.
But that's what I'm saying. So again, there has to be a rhyme or reason to what's going on over here. Like, this is why the accountability thing is even with the government, we got to hold them accountable, because they doing whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
So the Pentagon fails an audit. What happens? Nobody goes to jail.
No consequences.
You fail an audit. Guess what?
Jail.
You going to jail.
time.
You going to jail now?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. You go to jail. Punch on the school bus.
Yeah.
on the CTA bus.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So again, we have to start holding people accountable, especially in Congress and in the government. So I like the movement to where, two things can be true. I think they're trying to do some slick shit as far as the infrastructure, but this is going on way too long, because our tax dollars is going to all these different programs. Right now, $5 billion is in question right now for the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Did you hear about that?
Now look, bro, $5 billion.
$5 billion.
Bro, somebody needs to get locked up, bro. I don't even want to see nobody in jail, but damn.
$5 billion's in
but
question.
come on.
Guess what they were doing? Peep this. So over 200,000 ineligible tenants were getting money. Over 29,000 were dead.
All right. Okay. See,
Dead people getting checks.
It's a racket.
Listen, bro.
Come on.
I am
fucking racket.
concerned because you cannot continue to pick on white people historically. And then the people that we are, bro, we a hybrid race, bro. Like the Black American population that we have only exists here. A lot of us are highly educated and we well armed.
Sure.
We looking at the setup of a bomb because, bro, 5 billion.
Yeah.
You know how many high speed chases we went on over tent?
That's what I'm saying.
Over
bro.
tenant windows, we going on chases.
So the
And
fact
you can steal 5 billion.
the fact that is happening under, just every administration is just like, okay,
Where's that money?
exactly. Where's the
Man,
money?
I'm finna get my face tattoos removed. I'm finna get me a bunch of suits, and I'm finna run for office somewhere.
We have to. At this point,
At this point.
think about it. Anytime you have Arnold Schwarzenegger becoming a governor,
I'm finna insider trade every day.
you got, Gavin Newsom and all these other people.
He's a dork.
Yeah.
Straight
He come out and
dweeb.
say, I want to see trans kids. Why? If I show up to my little child, my little daughter, or my little daughter if she doing any sport and she got to compete against a man,
I'm swinging on everybody.
I'm going to jail that
For
day.
sure. 100%.
He signed a bill. Gavin Newsom signed a bill to where if the kid wants to change their gender, they don't have to tell the parents by law, and the school can help them.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, this shit is crazy, bro. And there's a number of other bills tied to that bill to where a stranger can sign an affidavit taking over guardianship over a kid.
Everybody who's watching this, y'all just heard that howl? That was true outrage. And true outrage can become dangerous because, when you start pissing off the older people, that's when things really start to change. Because if people really start boycotting paying taxes, seeing what happened with Target been having a problem since the Black American population been boycotting them. They've been losing billions, but they sweep it under the rug. What's finna happen is, man, certain groups are about to realize that, wait a second, they can't lock us all up. And we just due for some serious changing events here in this country. And, I don't think people understand where we are in our climate right now. Because, they calling George Soros for depositions.
Mm-hmm.
This is when people start to get assassinated. So,
I mean, you got the Clintons now being subpoenaed to testify when it comes to the Transparency Act and Epstein files.
Do you think anything's going to come of that?
I think that Bill Clinton is low-hanging fruit. And the fact that we all knew he was in the files for a long time.
Right.
His name's been circulated around. Hillary's trying to get a divorce.
Like we were just saying earlier, though, Epstein.
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 New character unlocked.
New character unlocked. But as I was saying earlier, like Epstein is, he's not the, he's taking cues from somebody else.
Well, yeah.
Because if you think about it, nobody believes he actually unalived himself. Like nobody really believes that.
Epstein's still alive.
Like
and Michael Franzese was in that exact same cell. He said, "Big homie, I was in that same cell. There's no way to kill yourself in there."
Did you see that footage that they released that they said he killed himself?
That's just AI, bro. What happened? At first they didn't have the footage. Now they got the footage.
Well, here's the thing.
That's just AI, bro.
They're saying this. So that footage, they're saying he already attempted to unalive himself, right? Mm-hmm. And then that was the first time. So that was the footage. And then they said the second time the cameras went out. How convenient. The cameras went out. The guard falls asleep. And he just gets wheeled out of there?
It's the most miraculous shit
How
of all time.
is niggas dying with no funerals?
Where's the funeral?
That's another thing.
You don't even get a funeral now. They just doing anything.
Yeah,
now.
they just
So how is it that, he doesn't have a funeral and all this stuff happens and he's just out of here? But yeah, I think he was taking cues from somebody else. I think he was taking cues from somebody who's still alive and somewhat still in the government or in the shadow government. They're still calling shots.
Yeah.
He wasn't the only one. They pointed him out only because, again, low-hanging fruit. Okay, so if people start looking up the ladder, who's next to go? Diddy, Epstein, all these people, because they're collateral damage.
Yeah.
Definitely collateral damage. After them, after the party guys is, international bankers pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
People who control the money flow, people that's heads of state, tech billionaires. I just feel like once you get $1 billion, you need to keep your freakiness to a limit, bro. Because you can't never be so horny that it take you off the street.
That's a fact.
You so horny, you done took yourself off the street. And like, if you that freaky, like you can't get wild how you like to get wild up in there.
Yeah.
So like you hustling backwards now. This is for all the Zest monsters watching. You feel me? Don't let
they definitely be watching too,
bro. They be
they
be a lot of strange activity going on. Could you imagine being that horny that you wake up that day and at the end of the day you in jail?
That is
Smoofy man from Smoofy land.
Yeah, that is a lot of people who we see locked up, right? You have your Weinsteins, you have your Epsteins and your Diddies, and these are people in positions of power, but they so damn horny, they behind bars now.
It's ridiculous, bro. You get dangerously horny.
Dangerously horny.
Dangerously horny is wild.
Diabolical.
That's wild work.
If you get dangerous when you horny, like you just a bad person. You just a bad person. You just a bad dude.
That's crazy. So do you think, going back to the Drake thing, do you think that's orchestrated because obviously there's other players involved, right? Because like we're talking about people in the music industry, politicians. I think there's something else going on too because it's very strange timing.
Drake, listen, didn't nobody learn from Diddy apparently. When you go after those big companies, they're going to want to get their lick back.
Yeah.
So you sued somebody for what somebody is taking you to you got a Rico for what you sued somebody for.
Right.
See, this is why I try to tell people, you got to make a choice out here. If you're going to be gangster, be gangster. If you're going to be an artist, be an artist. If you're going to be corporate, be corporate. If you're going to be polished, be polished. If you're trying to do both, you're going to step in some shit sometime. And this is one of them situations because, rap is supposed to be a sport anyway. So, you lose the rap battle, so now you want to take people to court. Bro, everybody got lawyers. Everybody don't have bars. You could have just kept it music and you would have been straight. That's exactly what it is. You feel me? And then now, like, he may be Jewish, but he not white Jewish. Aiden Ross gonna be fine.
That's what I was wondering. Why is Aiden Ross involved? Why they throw him in there?
Ross, they did something called Drizzy Miss, and it was like a giveaway, and he did it with Aiden Ross, and they were allegedly using the tipping feature to run the money through and whatnot and use that money for botting and all this other stuff.
But they all do it.
But they all,
every artist, every major artist bots, all of them do it.
Look at what's her name? Doshi?
Plant.
Yeah, like
Plant.
All right, look, when she said she prefers to date gay black men.
Come on.
I just went ahead and deleted her out my mind.
She was sent.
I have blocked her completely out my mind.
She just made a song about being an industry plant saying she's not an industry plant.
That's how hot we got it in the streets for her right now. I mean, like the
game is over.
The people.
Yeah, I feel like that whole area has peaked.
Yep.
And like now, pretty soon, you're going to have real talent. Because at
people
the end
go in
of
the country.
Yeah.
They go in the country.
Shabuzi.
Yo, everybody go in the country.
Yeah.
You can see it. The landscape is different. And that's the thing. We like somebody made a video and tagged me in it. Okay.
What it was?
It was this chick. This random ass chick who had 100 followers, right? But tagged me. She goes,
I saw this.
It was a response to the video that we made saying hip hop media is dead.
Right,
okay.
Right.
We didn't say hip hop was dead. Big difference.
Yeah, there's a lot of goofies that.
So it was a reaction video or a response video?
It was a response video. They were just making a video.
Okay.
But basically, she was saying like, you guys have no jurisdiction over, hip hop and the streets aren't dead. You saying street men ain't got no value. And this, I was like,
no, you're saying that.
You're saying
stupid
that.
Stupid lady.
For one. Two, use a smoothie.
Very smooth.
Three, I'm not talking about the streets. I'm talking about hip hop media in general, which have a lot more ties than what you think. It's bigger than what you think it is. I'm not talking about the people in the music industry. I'm talking about the media.
Yeah. And we're not even talking about everyone in hip hop media. We're talking about most of them.
Yeah.
The most of them that just
So she calls us squares and goofies and geeks. I'm like, okay.
Wait, so y'all got to be squares and geeks because she taking things out of context?
She's taking things out of context, for one.
Damn.
Two, she's saying, oh, yeah, the streets and the street guys, you're shitting on them. For one, why are we glorifying victimhood? Why are we glorifying a bunch of bullshit? And this is the shit we were just talking about, right? So, like, when you're talking about, even overseas to here, it's the tribalism. It is...
It's keeping that shit alive. That's what that's doing.
Keeping it alive.
Bro, this whole street, bro... I told some niggas they could not sell fentanyl in my area, and they was trying to kill me over that. And I'm looking like, nigga, your children have to walk down this street to go to the school. And y'all trying to put pimps and hoes on this same street and sell fentanyl right here. Yeah. And y'all don't see a problem with that? That started a whole little war. And that's something like,
And you don't need much fentanyl to OD. You need a little small piece.
But they done just made this a weapon of mass destruction.
Right? Yeah.
And I'm like the whole the streets is dead thing.
How you feel about that?
Yeah.
Because I've been dying to ask BH this. I've been dying to ask.
What's the deal?
I've been dying to, because you know what's funny too? Right after we posted that, then that's when everybody want to say streets is dead. So they like really tapped into what we doing, right? But I want to know what BH think about this. What you think about streets is dead?
First and foremost, people are tapped in to what we doing.
For sure.
You feel me? And oh man. Y'all asked her, I say, if they gonna ask me about this, and I figured it was about to be that, because here's the thing, bro. I was hypnotized by this whole street shit. I got tricked. And the moment I knew I was tricked, I said, well, I can't get all of these guys to understand what I'm saying. I'm going to try to save a few. Whoever stand with me, they stand with me. Because this is the whole paradox of the streets. Niggas want to say the streets is dead after all of their homies got caught telling on camera.
Exactly, and they made millions of dollars.
This is what street dudes do. Every choice they make is an emotionally charged choice.
Right.
And street dudes is the most sensitive, unable to communicate motherfuckers on the planet.
Planet Earth.
Because you really think about it. It's almost embarrassing how many shootouts I've been in over the fact that people can't pick up the phone and have an intelligent conversation with each other to reach a resolution.
It's sad.
And then most of these street gangs that's prevalent today was started by dudes that was 12, 13, 14 years old. So now these rapper dudes, well, I don't know how a dude with a dress could run a gang anyway. I don't know how he pulled that off.
I'm saying.
Then you got another guy from the UK.
Like, this shit is like Mad TV skit or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
this kind of like, I seen Pooh Shiesty say, he made a post
Shane
saying,
don't know who the fuck nobody is.
Bro, Pooh Shiesty, he signed the Gucci Man's label 1017. He just got out of prison. And he said nobody had money for him when he got out. His label ain't give him no money. And I was like, nigga, why do you feel so entitled to anything? You're a failure at life. You went to jail. You had $40,000 cash on you. You shot a man in his ass over a pair of shoes in a green McLaren.
It's delusion.
You's a moron.
It's delusion.
Don't nobody want to kick it with you, man. Why would they have any money for you? You call yourself King Snake. And like that whole being slime, I don't want to be around nobody that's slimy and finna backdoor they brothers, they homies. Like, hey, faux no. Faux no. Okay, so it's kind of like saying the streets is dead, but the streets is never gonna die. Whenever there's low income and poverty, there's gonna be a criminal street presence.
It's gonna be street shit going on.
And to give more credence to that, the fact that most of it is orchestrated, a lot of it is a byproduct because it's already a plan set in place and it's just playing out, right?
For sure.
So, but what most people don't understand is you got to look at the 80s, right?
Right.
How did crack cocaine get into this society?
Bro,
we don't own any planes or boats. How are we getting semi-automatic weapons?
Mm-hmm.
Where is that shit being floated in from? Right? So then you got to look up the ladder. You got to look at the meetings that, there's emails that leaked talking about certain groups of people that had meetings with record label owners to fund gangster rap music. There's people saying like, oh yeah, certain investors hold stock in private prisons who own the record labels. So you're like, hold on, okay. So if all this stuff is being orchestrated, then you put in the gang culture and then have people fight over shit that they don't even own anyway.
Bro, that part right there was always crazy to me because it's kind of like, man.
Why do you think it's called the projects? It's an actual project.
Oh, no.
Literally.
Okay.
Southern Air Transport is a airline that was caught trafficking weapons and drugs on it and is owned by the CIA. The whole Reagan-Contra thing, when they found out the CIA was trafficking drugs, it was through Southern Air Transport. That's where shit is coming from. So, I feel like we need more rappers like, it's got to go back to the weird dudes.
You got to.
You have to. It's got to be about art again and like competition, inspirational music, because I thought it was just a conundrum when I'm like, man, the neighborhood is bad because a few guys are running a narcotics operation and a criminal enterprise. Y'all poisoning the entire area, lowering the property value and not buying up the property. Just pure foolishness. That's the same situation that's going on in Africa, where you get a small group of people who get access to the resources and they just keep it for themselves and just say, fuck how everybody else is doing. So, we need more people, aldermen, politicians, like we got to do something, because like seeing these dork dudes say the streets is dead, saying they traumatized, get your bitch ass on.
I saw 6ix9ine came out and said,
this dude,
he actually had a good point though. He had a good point.
Don't do this, bro. You my brother. Don't do this.
He had a good point.
What'd he say?
He had a good point. He said they're doing this streets is dead shit just so they can work with Gunna again, and that's a good point because Gunna's he's like the number one out of them. Like he's killing it more than they are, and it seems like they're trying to like find a way to make that work again.
So so by that logic, so they're saying
kill the streets, so street code is done. Now they can work with him.
And then they go back to work with Gunna because he's hot.
I'm finna call the president to deplatform 6ix9ine. they need to Alex Jones him. Cause bro.
Wait, why? Break that down.
Bro, I seen him on stream where the police are calling his phone. Why are you on the internet trying to talk gangster and the police are tracking your location? Then he answers the phone, holds it up like this while the PO is telling him all this information. I'm like, this nigga could be wearing a wire right now. How can you beef with people and then call the police on them? Everybody he got into it with is in jail. even the 2 dudes who beat him up at LA Fitness, you testifying on them, then you on probation, he finna go back to jail.
Yeah, I think he go back in a few days. Yeah.
So why is people even talking to dude? He never did nothing in the street. His mama and them just got kidnapped, just got home invaded, tied up, and robbed. And you not with your family, standing on business? You on a stream with Aiden Ross?
So
21 Savage is never gonna kick it with you, nephew.
So by that point, 2 things are happening, right? So you have all that happening, but also he's not going by this code that he's trying to denounce. So whatever he does, he's outside of that kind of matrix, if you will, because he's like, I'm not abiding by any of these rules.
Wait, who are you talking about?
6ix9ine.
Okay. The man never did. He had on a lace front wig. A man with a wig is never a member.
This is what's so confused. Because,
man,
like you said,
all this gangster shit I be on, if you see me with a wig on, what?
Absolutely.
Oh, BH lost his mind, man.
for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he got the complexion for the protection, so he could pull it off. Them dumbass tattoos on his face. Why he ain't dropping songs?
He a streamer now.
Everywhere he go, he's a bad criminal. He was locked up in the Dominican Republic. Everywhere he go, he get locked up. I was at the airport in LA when him, Billy Otto, that other dude, they was fighting at LAX. The first person getting knocked down was Tekashi, and he just stayed on the ground. I was there because I seen Johnny Dang walking. I'm like, damn, he's just fighting. I seen him with his hair hanging, getting whooped.
I mean,
what have this man done? Bro, I don't understand. What's the obsession with Tekashi?
So to your point, where things are going right now. So we're seeing the streets is dead and all this other stuff, right?
Right.
A lot of people now, because he's going on podcasts right now, right?
Right.
So could this be a setup for him to be a streamer?
Definitely.
Sauce Walker just said he's going to be a streamer.
Yep.
So all these people are transitioning to streaming and podcasting.
Wait. Rappers is about to be streamers.
Yep.
Rappers aren't interested. They not interesting people.
They not. That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. If you see a lot of podcasters now, they're from the music industry.
I said all that to say this. You have to be an artist to make it now. You can't just come up with a little TikTok dance because everybody who got popping off that little wave is gone.
Yeah, that's over with. That's all.
The game is going back to craftsmanship, skills, and being an actual artist with talent. Right. Because people who don't have actual talent, they have to go on podcasts now.
Yeah.
Because the gimmick is up.
Yeah, jig's up.
Tekashi, you is an evil person. You living foul because you out here on 24-hour surveillance, picking fights with people, dissing people. Bro, he's under 24-hour surveillance. He's supposed to be in witness protection right now. Did y'all know that?
No.
He left witness protection. So what does that mean? He's on 24-hour surveillance. He's being watched at all times.
Makes sense.
And you making threats to people. And every time you have a problem, you're putting the law on people. How can you talk shit to people if your goal is to get them locked up?
Do you think that's orchestrated?
You know it is. Because you go back to his case, he knew about the FBI and didn't tell his homies.
Yeah.
His truck was wired for months and he knew it. He got everybody locked up and he keep getting himself locked up. When your mama is getting tied up in the living room and you on a stream.
Did they ever find out who did that?
They did. He said it was some kids in the neighborhood. Some kids that lived in the neighborhood that knew.
Kids living in for what though? What was the motive?
They said just for clout.
When you know someone, listen, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. No, I was done.
As a man, you either a bitch or you ain't. Pardon my language, but we got to get hardcore right here. Pause.
He on point.
He on point.
Oh no. Because when you now look, I'm glad I'm up in here doing this with y'all right now because if I had on an ankle monitor right now and I had to check in with a PO every hour, would y'all be trying to be up here doing a podcast with me?
Well, that's
the first part.
Okay.
Think about that. So like you're going to say, well, look, as businessmen, like, look, VH does good views. We work well together. We not doing anything in the street with them.
Right.
You know, nothing to do with us.
Right.
But then, if y'all see me in court point niggas out, would y'all be trying to work with me? Because what does that mean?
I'll be more cautious.
Whoever I'm with now is in danger.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Because whenever they catch me, whoever I'm with gonna get it too.
For sure.
So what does that mean? You putting yourself on the X. OPSEC is important. Operational security is important. So now, are you willing to compromise your own safety and brand to do views with a guy? They paying him to come on here, do these little shows, but when he get on the show, he's antagonizing guys who really get active. He calls the law. He's known for getting beat up and kidnapped and choked and all of this type of stuff. That's all that ever happened to him. How can you even talk shit to anybody? What's happening?
To the other point, do you think the other dudes are who they say they are? So like the 21 Savages, the Thugs, do you think that
court records show that they was outside thugging out in public?
They was getting active. Were they getting active or they were putting money? Either way, they're getting active.
21 get active.
Okay, 21 get active.
Before L got, be careful here. I ain't trying to. I'm going to say this. I can verify that the certain players that they mentioning are who they say they are.
Okay.
And you got this guy who working for the FBI to get people locked up. That's all that's going on. And all these podcasters, bro, watch what you say around that man.
Yeah, because that's a platform to, that's an easy pick. I don't get it. Like a lot of people, you know what they do? Like in the industry, we have social media, right?
Move the goalposts.
People are telling on themselves left and right.
Yes, and Tekashi is telling on everybody, regardless of what's going on. He volunteering information. Can't nobody who was in witness protection ever in their life talk tough, G.
That's a good point.
That's what, when I see him, like I see it like he's on some.
Damn, you can't do this. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Because I see what you're saying.
I see him as like a almost like a. But even though he's dealing with real life people,
I ain't never even seen him with another Mexican before. Think about that.
So you're saying he's anti-system, anti-establishment of what's going on because they're not living up to that, what they're saying.
I think two things can be true. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that these people on the other side of it, they're full of shit too.
The FBI let Whitey Bulger do all kind of stuff while he was working for them. He is the same way. He's on the same act, man. When you see somebody, when the police is calling their phone and they put the phone on speaker and hold it like this into a whole room.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why dudes is taking him serious. That's my. I'm like,
yeah, because they know his tactics.
I feel like he's like a character. He's not even a real. You know what I'm saying? Like he just
creative player.
He's a creative player. Like I don't take him seriously.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing. I think that they can't.
He's great at internet games though.
If he talks crazy to Maverick, Maverick might slap him. And Maverick don't even do shit like that.
But he will.
He will.
He will. That's what people don't know. He will.
The type of person,
I will, for sure.
Tekashi the type of person that will make somebody lose a $1 million endorsement deal. Because you had to slap him. See, if a man with a wig is talking crazy to the Maverick approach, Mav
he's not doing it in person.
Mav is going to send the signal. We're going to end the show, and it's time to get wild now.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I just stand on, GP, general principle, man. Like,
yeah, so
I don't have to be a street guy or tough guy. But at the same time, I ain't no bitch.
Yeah, I'm a man. I'm a man.
That's the mistake a lot of people make.
Yes.
Yeah. Can't nobody on this earth say that.
And I exercise my right to bear arms.
And that's why we all get along, because nobody in this room is a bitch.
Ever.
If you a bitch, you just a bitch. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
no, absolutely.
And I think that's the message I like to send out, because a lot of people mistake for being street as tough. No, you're stupid is what you are. Okay? You're either going to end up dead or in jail.
Yeah.
Now, I know how to pick and choose battles, but I'm not going to be disrespected. None of that shit. I'm going to exercise my right to bear arms because it's in the Constitution.
It's on us. It's definitely on us.
That's a documented
and that's
law.
the thing. Like, yeah.
So you got to go by that.
Yeah,
this man, Tekashi, paid somebody to shoot Chief Keef. Dude missed the shots. Kuda missed the shots. And then Tekashi told on him.
That's crazy.
If you really with this shit, you ain't paying nobody to do nothing. You go get your man. And after it's done, we'll never speak about it again. That's how it's really supposed to go.
Yeah, because if you're in on it, you can't be flipping. Like,
I ain't gonna tell on myself.
If you conspiring.
His thing is, they did this to me and this and that. So
right. He was saying he got kidnapped.
Yeah, he got kidnapped. They say fuck, all that stuff. Yeah.
You were in a street gang.
Yeah, that's
like, you in a street gang, brother. These are the things that happen. This ain't the Boy Scouts.
So there's no code of conduct.
This ain't the Knights of the Templar. Show us a rule book.
And that's what I mean. It's hard to navigate that because people are making up the rules as they go.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting because at the end of the day, where does the shit lead to? Nowhere, right?
That's the moral of this story. The moral of the story, this shit goes nowhere fast.
And that's why the whole system is changing. When it comes to the government, when it comes to what's happening in, entertainment, Rico cases, this, that, a lot of stuff is changing. So where it's going now, hopefully for the better. So I think that, when things are happening, I can't shake a stick at it only because nothing productive was coming out of it for a long time.
What? Oh, like street shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
And even academics said this. He said there's a cycle in the music industry. He said it goes from the weirdo backpack to the street gangster shit. Then it goes to like somewhere else. There's like
conscious. It goes to conscious
rap.
Yeah.
So it's like 3 or 4 cycles it goes through. So I think we're coming out of that and going into, one of those.
Yeah, honestly,
the Atlanta guys are trying to clean things up right now because they do work together. They trying to clean things up right now. Push a different initiative, which I respect. You feel me? But 21 Savage is not a dumb dude. I feel like he could have expressed himself a lot more clear, but this is what happens when you're dealing with street dudes.
And also, he got
everything's a riddle with some type of strange danger warning to it.
Yeah. People do this, and like I said, he had an album coming out too. So like that's another thing. So you got to look at it from many aspects because he's trying to promote her album at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Same with Nicki Minaj. Like she's doing all this stuff.
Nicki Minaj,
and they
say she lost 10 million followers by going over going to Turning Point.
I heard that was that real? Because somebody said that was
no. Well, here's the thing with Nicki Minaj. So they said she lost followers, but before she went on Turning Point, she already deactivated her Instagram. So that was a lie.
Right.
She deactivated in October. So then they saying, she lost millions of followers. How? When she already deactivated.
Right.
Okay,
now,
okay.
I don't mess with Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk is a mole. I think I already have my thoughts on it.
Yeah, we
allegedly I think she set Charlie Kirk up. But he calls her doughy. So
break that down.
He calls her doughy because she got caked on makeup and shit. So she looks like a dough bird.
Hey, the makeup is starting to become a new pandemic because every time I go outside, boy, my shirt, I get a hug.
It's cake.
I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
I just got this Pro Club.
Now, I'm going to say something controversial. Surprise, surprise. But sidebar, tangent, real quick. It's funny when certain women, I'm not calling all women, certain women call dudes clowns when they're literally dressing up, putting on wigs and makeup, what does a clown do?
Look,
I'm just saying, that's just funny to me. They're literally clowns. But I'm just saying, I'm not calling all women clowns, but I'm just saying there's some
look, if your face and your neck is two different colors, it's a little bit too much makeup, baby.
It's too much makeup. Now, going back to the point of Nicki Minaj and whatnot, I like the fact that she's going against the system because she's going against Jay-Z and all these other people.
She's standing on business.
She's standing on business.
For sure.
Now, if she's aligning with Turning Point, you can kind of say half and half because Erica Kirk is compromised, allegedly. Now, what's your thoughts on that? Like, do you think like that's a good move, bad move?
Yeah, man, Nicki Minaj is trying to get her Oprah on. You feel me? She's trying to get her Martha Stewart on. She's trying to become, you have to reinvent yourself in entertainment from time to time.
All the time.
She can't she can't be twerking and dropping Pink Fridays forever.
Right.
And then at the same time, your audience can age with you. That's why you see Young Boy having a fantastic run because he raised them people. They aged with him. You feel me? So now they can afford to buy tickets because they going to work. They can afford to come to the arena because his fan base grew with him. He was in a nice position because he making adult music for young adults, and now he grown. And Nicki Minaj, she'll be 50 soon. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do different stuff. Gotta do different things. I feel like what she's doing is good. We need our leaders in the community, in the entertainment sphere, to do more than just post expensive clothes and drop music.
Yeah, really, what she said really wasn't that crazy. I listened to the whole speech. I heard she was just saying she called out Newsom. She called out the him doing the transgender thing.
Right.
She was saying, brought up the Nigerian Christian thing, how they're being attacked and all this. She really wasn't saying anything that crazy. And then you got people like Joe Budden that came out and was just like, hey. Denounced her. I'm just like, who sent you? Who told you to say that? But
the thing is, though, hold on.
Because it didn't even make sense. And it was a lot of quote unquote content creators that popped out of nowhere and said something. But it was just like, did y'all even watch it?
Yeah, they didn't even watch it. They just saw headlines, right? People don't go past the first page of Google, right? They read headlines. That's the problem. The thing is, think about what happened this past election. Kamala Harris had Cardi B stumbling over her words or word salads.
Megan Thee Stallion twerking.
Megan Thee Stallion twerking, and we celebrate that. But when
nobody really says, I mean, people said something, but they didn't really. It wasn't uproar.
Majority, it was like, oh yeah, that was cool. That's cool.
It's like,
but when Nicki Minaj, when she's dressed classy, she's talking about social issues. We're denouncing that.
Yeah, where's the issue?
Now, Erica Kirk, questionable, fine.
Definitely. But that's not the point, though.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is, she's not shaking her ass. She's not sexualizing herself. And that's the thing. Like, black women always want to be so critical of of other people, downplaying them. But at the same time, they celebrate Megan Thee Stallion, who sexualizes herself all the damn time.
Cardi B.
She just bought a Popeyes chicken.
No, she didn't.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, she didn't.
She just bought a Popeyes chicken.
Chicken.
And she's in there serving poison chicken to the community.
Man.
Okay? So and then that's the blackest shit you can do.
That's
so you're just feeding right into the stereotype. Shake your ass and sell chicken.
Yeah.
Y'all lucky I didn't program this soundboard.
Yeah, no, for real, bro. And that's the thing.
Love that chicken from Popeye.
So the fact, that's what I'm saying. So we're feeding into these stereotypes, but again, why are we looking at the other side like, oh, you're a sellout and all this other stuff? It's like, well,
sellout how?
I don't want to buy in.
Yeah, what's the other side doing?
What's the other side doing?
What's the alternative?
What's the alternative? That's what I'm saying.
Goofies.
So it's just interesting.
I think it's good though, because I think she sees the value of being in the political space. And, isn't she from Trinidad originally?
Yeah.
Yep.
If she built her name up here, she can go there and run for president.
That's a fact.
And that could be the play. That's a good point. That's a great point.
Like that going on. Because you got to think about it, bro. Kim Kardashian has been working to become a lawyer. She's failed the bar exam 8 times.
Yeah.
And I think everybody saw how when Avi Loeb, the Harvard professor, was speaking about Three-Eye Atlas, and then he was challenging the head of NASA to respond. He ignores Avi Loeb. Kim Kardashian makes a comment about Three-Eye Atlas, and then the head of NASA immediately responds to her.
Right away.
To join the investigation.
Right.
So I feel like Nicki Minaj seen things like that. And then, I think Nicki will pass the bar exam.
Yeah, she seems to
Because, we never seen nobody come out and say she had a ghostwriter. And those are telltale signs. So,
So that's what you think? She gonna run for office, or
she's pivoting herself to get into political space. Because you got to think about it, bro. Once black people see that you can make money
in that sphere.
Yeah.
Once we
true.
starting to
That's a
see
fact.
that,
Yeah.
people gonna say, all right now. If the Terminator can do it, I can do it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
And that's why the system too could be coming after her. As also, it's two things. It gets multiple.
Yeah,
multiple
because
things.
the music thing is done, right? So like
Yeah.
at least like not for her particularly because she is dropping an album, but she could be pivoting to where it's like, this is one of my last albums. All right, so I'm going into politics and all this other stuff. So it could be.
Yeah.
I think, because I'm thinking about it. I'm seriously thinking about it.
Running for office?
Yes.
At what capacity?
That's what I was gonna say. What position?
So, I
Pause.
feel like I see you locked in.
All the way.
For sure. I feel like I know I could get a senator seat. I know I could get an alderman seat. Like I just, bro, it's people hitting me up telling me to do this. And some of the people that's doing this is in politics. And I'm thinking to myself like, well, when you see people, bro, when you see Pelosi and you see all of these different politicians with several $100 million net worths, and then, I want to make more money so I can help more people. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, I think to myself, like, because I was dealing with a situation with a lady who got trafficked to Cambodia. And this took a lot out of me because right there on that Cambodia-Myanmar border, if they move you from a scam city across to Myanmar, you gone never to be seen again. So I got a crazy Rolodex. And I was able to get in contact with a prime minister, and that lady's home right now. You feel me? And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, it ain't that far off.
No, it could be a possibility, and all you need is a good platform, which you already have, and you already know how the government works very well.
Sure.
Shit got to change because the way they doing this shit right now, we're seeing so much fraud. It's just the fact that they are, what? Good?
Yeah, no, I was saying pick up the phone because it's.
Oh, it's buzzing? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, somebody calling me.
No, we're about to wrap up.
Say look.
But no, with the politics and all that stuff, I think it could be a good move. It could be, you got to have situational awareness as you do and be careful in that sphere because it gets dangerous as you see with Charlie Kirk.
For sure. Because I think once they feel like that's where you really start to change shit. You know?
For sure, bro. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how can you really make change if you can't tell the law what to do? That's something that I think about a lot because it takes like 3 weeks for a rape kit to come back, man. And when you out here I just had some experiences where it was like, damn, you kind of feel like you're the last man on earth at times. Like, God damn. And then, because like you don't want to call your homies to come and get involved in certain things because like my guys take shit too far. You feel me? So like I do certain things alone, And I was like, man, a simple bill getting passed could quell a lot of this. Like if there was mandatory sentencing for crimes against children, that would have an effect. If you have mandatory chemical castration for repeat offenders, that can have an effect. You know, I just think it's strange that a drug dealer will get 10 years for 2 kilograms of cocaine, but a serial rapist will get 9 months.
Yeah,
Makes no sense. That's a telltale sign of who's running the system.
Right. And it's kind of like, you know, with the onset of AI coming in, you know, that can help somebody get into office if you know how to use it. Because, you know, once Maverick started telling me about AI, and I haven't seen nobody tell nobody to reskill. How can people get prepared if their leaders aren't preparing them?
Yeah, I mean, it's coming faster than people think when it comes to AI.
You
job
believe global?
loss.
You believe global annual income is coming?
UBI?
Yeah.
Oh, they already rolled it out in Illinois.
Yep.
Really? So
Yeah.
what's the
Clark
starting
County,
number?
somewhere
In Clark County, so they already have UBI to where it's a pilot program that they rolled out. They did it 2 years ago, and now it's in full effect this past year.
Universal basic income.
Yeah.
Wow.
See.
Now they already had it in UK as well. They already had a pilot program of UBI that they rolled out there. Okay, so it's already on the way.
Yeah, why do you think they rolled out poly market? Because they don't want anybody to own anything. They rather fractionalize. You own a piece of, you know, your house or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, and I think it's a double-edged sword only because tokenization is here. Okay, and if people don't know what tokenization is, basically it's fractionalized investments, fractionalized ownership. The DTCC, the Department of, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, they just established a tokenization. I guess it's not a bill, but is a new implementation that they're doing with the DTCC, and they just rolled that out. Okay, so fractionalized investments, it's here. So it's better to own a bunch of things and fractionalize it to raise liquidity through it because it's already gone through the SEC. So if you don't own shit, you better start owning shit right now.
Shit,
Better get you some assets.
Better get you some assets because gold just hit an all-time high. Silver just hit an all-time high. Palladium, copper.
That right there is alarming to me, though.
We're going to war.
That's alarming, bro.
Huh.
Silver been down for years.
Yeah, highly suppressed.
Yeah, and it went up crazy.
And then like gold prices is through the roof right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
And
whenever
I
you
just lost my chain, I'm sick.
Damn.
I lost my chain at Disneyland. That was like $5,000 right there.
Now, see, what's very
Fucked up.
important. Disneyland?
I was at Disneyland with my daughter. Yeah.
Well, at least it was at a good moment.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's how I say it. It was
you
a
wanted
good
to
moment.
live, you feel
Yeah,
me? You
yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
So, okay. What's alarming to me about that is, you know, whenever gold prices go up, you know, you can't make no microchips without gold.
Mm.
And with the gold prices going up and all them semiconductor plants that's in Taiwan, it just seemed like a global shift is going to happen. And then it's a lot of military activity taking place right now. You know, we got a lot of resources on that outside of Venezuela right now, man. And they giving every citizen a rifle.
Damn.
Which is just, these death codes got to come to an end, man. That's what these governments are.
So you
Straight death
think
codes.
we're going to take over Venezuela?
We have to. Trump said they kicked out all our companies. That's our oil. We need that oil back, man.
Damn.
That's what he said, man. And strategically, if we don't do something about Venezuela, if China get in there, it's all bad.
So you think China is trying to take over Venezuela as well?
See, because this is why, 2 reasons why I set up shop in Kenya. Outside of my family ties, if you look at that doomsday map, that doomsday map matches up perfectly to all the farmland that Bill Gates has bought. Now, you look at that doomsday map, Kenya is in a safe zone. The Chinese is operating large scale in Kenya, bro.
For sure.
Really?
They have billions of dollars invested into Africa.
And with Ruto having that Singapore plan for Kenya, I'll say this. We just revamped our entire military process. We went from the Department of Defense to the Department of War and installed a warrior code. You're not doing that for no reason.
Yeah. And then why do you think that these tech executives now have military official positions through Detachment 201? Because Detachment 201 literally gives executives military positions in the Army, the Navy, using their technology in our military. And even we see it with Elon. Elon's in the DOD or the DO Department of War now.
Ben Rich, who ran Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, said all of the technology that could be used to help humanity or to take ET home is locked up in the military industrial complex. Companies like Palantir, like these guys becoming billionaires real fast. You know, all of the robots they making, China already got killer robots outside.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we got all these new fighter jets that can take off vertical, no pilot. You know, all of the technology is getting used to destroy.
Yeah, I said it. I said, shit, Elon, like I told him last year, I knew somebody was working at Tesla. I say it all the time. They got robots building themselves 24/7 around the clock.
For sure.
They've been doing it for a year.
Yeah.
Elon's not worried about cars anymore. So why is he doing this? And he just does a deal with the Pentagon to infiltrate our military. So what are these robots for?
I'll take it a step further. I think that all these drones we've been seeing over the past 2 years is reverse engineered alien technology.
Absolutely.
Only because if you look at certain patents, if you look at the triangular
TR-3B.
yeah, the anti-gravitic propulsion triangular aircraft, right?
Talk about it.
Which Epstein got a patent on.
Oh, talk about it.
Yeah. So there's a few of them, which is crazy. If you look into these patents, right? So some of these patents, their trail goes cold.
Yes.
Think about this. Why do patents have to be established in the first place? Who do they go to? The Department of U.S. Commerce, right? Which is the government.
Right.
That means all your ideas have to have an apparatus, a working apparatus. That means it just can't be an idea.
Yeah.
You send it literally to the government.
Yeah.
Then, if it works and they're like, okay, we could use this probably for military. You're going to come work for us now. So then the patent goes cold. It gets abandoned, right? So if you look into a lot of abandoned patents, so I found one on the anti-gravitic propulsion system.
What you find?
So check this out.
Uh-oh.
So there is an engineer, a mechanical engineer by the name of John St. Clair from South Africa, okay? Migrates to America. He graduates from Cornell University with a mechanical engineering degree.
Okay.
Goes to Kodak to work for Kodak. Now, a lot of people who graduate from these prestigious universities with these degrees go to Boeing, Kodak, all those places, right? So he goes to Kodak. He starts to file all these patents, one of them being the anti-gravitic propulsion system.
Okay.
It's the triangular one, right?
Uh-huh.
Then he files another one to walk through walls.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
What do you mean?
And he has a bunch of other wild patents, right? They all go cold. It says abandoned. Then he mysteriously dies in 2021 and nobody's ever heard from him before that.
Come on, man.
Okay. Now look, bro. I interviewed a dude probably about 4 years ago where he said somebody showed up in his living room out of nowhere, had on some weird clothes. He said it was a man's shape, humanoid. He said if he felt like it was a person, but he said he chalked it up to supernatural because He said they just showed up in his living room, like phased in, gave him some information, offered him to come leave with him, and he phased back out. I heard the same story from a former military veteran. He said they were in restricted waters. A person phased into the captain's quarters of the ship, told him to get the fuck out of this area, and phased out.
Sound like a Stargate or something. No?
That's a true story. And I'm like, man, bro, I don't know what you want me to do about this. You feel me? Like, I don't, like, he said, I just want to tell somebody who would listen. Things are stranger than they seem, big homie. I'm like, okay, bro, I understand that.
They got this technology, y'all. Like, that's the thing. Like, why is it that Tuttle, which is an investment company,
Facts.
has a basket of reverse alien engineered technology and they're putting it on the stock exchange? They filed it with the SEC.
Yeah. Look it up. Look it up.
So this is where we're at. So I think the government obviously has alien technology.
For sure.
Obviously, we're going into something to where they're going to start to drip feed us and show us this technology, you know, bit by bit.
Yeah, this AI was the catalyst.
Yeah,
for it.
that AI
that was the beginning of it.
Dude,
Show us
the AI we have available right now is probably at least 20 years old.
Shit.
Has to be.
You had
primitive.
Dev had brought up, why did Elon need all those robots?
Yep.
Because before humans go to Mars, robots have to go to build the structures for humans to live in.
Exactly.
So, you know, he got his boring company that's digging tunnels all over the place. Because obviously, we're going to have to live subterranean until they terraform it to where it's got an atmosphere again. But, you know, I just don't feel like that's just unoccupied territory, though. So, like.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We've seen many of these movies.
Yeah.
They always put in the movies first.
It's always in the
Facts.
fucking movies.
So with your closing thoughts, what is going to happen moving forward in 2026 and going into the next few years? Like, what do you see what's happening in, you know, how we spoke on music, the streets,
sure.
government? Like, where do you see the whole atmosphere of, you know, all this stuff going?
Great question. So what I see forthcoming is a lot of drastic changes, a lot of new information, uncomfortable situations, and I feel like a tech boom is definitely on the way because crypto isn't going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I see people like Warren Buffett telling people not to hold Bitcoin, but he has a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he just stepped down from his company.
Buffett?
Yeah.
They probably
Berkshire. He just stepped down.
He at that age though.
He is. He's old. He's like 95 years old. So
Damn.
yeah, he's stepping down. But that's very interesting that he is telling people to, you know, hold on to these old assets when he's buying, you know, the new stuff. And I think really Bitcoin is just the test coin. That's why it's called BTC, beta test coin. Because I think that was the test to see if everybody would
Beta
take.
test coin. You a clever dude. Bro. You gotta give him Maverick. Man, clever as a motherfucker, man.
But
Oh no.
I just think
God damn.
I don't think it's a bad thing nor a good thing. It's just a tool and it's a global economy. But they can only participate. They can't control it. Right?
Facts.
So when you're talking about Bitcoin and crypto as a whole, I think that was the test. They took it because if you look into Bitcoin's algorithm, SHA-256, who created that? The NSA.
Yeah.
So they have to have a hand in it some way, somehow. But there's other cryptocurrencies that's truly decentralized. So I think that two things can be true. And to get into tokenization and all this other stuff, crypto, I think it's not a bad thing, but you just can't buy their crypto.
Yeah.
It's a trick bag. So
Yeah.
but
I think we will see in 2026. I think we're gonna see more coups take place in Africa. We're gonna see a lot of people getting shipped out of America. And we're gonna see a lot of content creators become multimillionaires this year, including
Facts.
us three.
And I think all will be exposed this year for sure.
Yeah,
This is gonna be. We think last year. I think this year's a year of
I
exposure.
think it's gonna get wicked too,
yeah,
bro.
I think it's
Yeah.
gonna. We're gonna find some shit out that's
For sure.
it's gonna blow.
100%.
It's gonna blow the lid.
Yes, sir.
Oh
So-
no.
All right, y'all. So that'll do it for Maverick Approach. You guys know where to find Big Homie CC.
You know it.
Sir.
Check him out on all platforms.
Oh, no.
You guys seen this guy before. So appreciate
people.
you guys. Make sure you guys go to maverickapproach.com. Also go to school.com. Break the Matrix, where I teach you guys crypto, AI, real estate hacks, everything you need to know. Make sure you guys question everything because nothing is what it seems. Peace.
Yes, sir.